Welcome back to Destinies, let's continue. Human beings feel fear in dangerous situations. It's a basic survival instinct. An ordinary person would certainly hesitate before jumping. Or even freeze in fear and not jump at all.
Objection!
But the culprit had just murdered someone. They weren't in an ordinary state of mind.
Objection!
Nevertheless, why would they have taken that kind of risk? They could have waited for the switch to be complete and escaped the boarding lounge too.
Objection!
Because there was a security camera in the boarding lounge too. The culprit knew they would be recorded. They left the space museum that way.
Objection!
In that case, the culprit could have hidden in the museum until things settled down, and then blended in with other people after the museum was opened. That's a good point. He claimed that despite all this, the culprit looked a 20 feet death-defying leap. And all in the brief moment the corridor and ladder passed by each other. That's also a good point. They would have needed a running start where the corridor was moving to make that jump. If the timing was off or they couldn't jump far enough, they would have been instant death. What kind of person would attempt something like that? Stop bringing up good points, Edgeworth. Stop it. This true culprit of yours is nothing but a figment of your imagination. Why do you always have to point out every flaw? Mr. Edgeworth's right. That does sound pretty insane. The culprit would have to be someone who feels no fear, like a stuntman. But everyone feels fear on some level, right? Wait a minute. Aha! I got it this time. I can prove that there is someone who could use this alternate escape route. Oh, can you now? This proves a possibility of a person who could have escaped using this alternative escape route. The Phantom. He doesn't feel no emotions. He wouldn't give a shit about no jumps. He would just do it.
Take that!
What's that, Mr. Wright? This is a certain person's very interesting psych profile. The subject doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. In other words, this person doesn't feel happiness, sadness, or fear. Doesn't feel fear. Right. You can't be serious. Without the constraint of fear. You could easily do what an ordinary person wouldn't dare. Just as you or I could do a jump on the ground to slide us here. This subject can make a 20-foot leap, 50 feet up in the air. He would choose this extreme way of escaping without hesitation. It's just saying that to a person without fear, the alternative route would be quicker and eliminate the chance to be spotted. That's definitely pretty extreme, Mr. Wright. But was there such a person there at the scene? Yes. The Phantom, that mysterious shadowy figure keeps popping up. Oh dear. The Phantom. Again. I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes of the Space Center bombing. I wasn't sure if he was connected to the murder of Clay Turan as well. But now it's all clear. The Phantom is the one who not only bombed the Space Center, but also killed Mr. Turan. What? What? Order in the court! Order, I say! Mr. Wright, please continue. There are just too many similarities between this case and the one from 7 years ago. But why, you may ask? Only because both incidents were the work of the same Phantom. So then this Phantom is the one who killed Clay. But who is he? This Phantom has been haunting this case, pulling the strings in the background. Who could this unidentified international spy be? Right, this escape route might have been a part of the Phantom's plan from the start. This is tricking Dr. Cosmos into switching the launch pads. Falling on the second floor is meant to make the elevators and stairs unusual. That's why he gave advance warning and planted the bombs where he did. Yes, I think you're right. But it doesn't explain this one last thing. So I had my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. Such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? The robotics lab wasn't the only room with an emergency ladder. But he couldn't have made that leap unless he was certain which one it would be. So you mean... the Phantom must be someone who knew that particular ladder was going to be used. That's right. Who could it be? Wait a minute. So I lowered my emergency ladder, like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. Miss Blackwell lowered the ladder after being told to by the detective leading the... Ah! You gotta be kidding me. Did you figure out, Wright? Do you know who the Phantom is? Yes, I do. Who is it? Who killed Clay? Our mysterious spy, known as the Phantom, is none other than... the detective leading the investigation, leading the evacuation. Bobby Fulbright. After the explosions, a member of the staff crossed paths with a certain detective. Was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. As the detective was leading the evacuation from the 4th floor, he had a very specific objective in mind. So I lowered my emergency ladder, like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. His objective was to secure his own escape route. I lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. Once everyone else got out safely, made my way down too and headed to the shelter. This is a detective, if you all know. He's even the lead detective on the current case. He appears to be a very emotional man, but his psych profile says he is without emotion.
Take that!
What are you saying? You mean the Phantom is... Detective Bobby Fulbright? Exactly. We're all taken by his fake persona. Detective Fulbright's real true identity is the Phantom. Order on the court! Mr. Wright, how could this be? It's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the 4th floor evacuation effort. The first clue is he made no attempt to have any other ladder put to use. The ladder in the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered. The second is he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder. Verily, it was all a part of his plan to create an escape route. After Detective Fulbright saw to it that the ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, went to the lounge where he killed Clay Tehran and escaped into the Space Museum. The museum started moving slowly, so we waited for the right time, got a running start. Just as the quota was passing the ladder, he leaped onto it. I don't believe it. That adult-headed detective did all that. Was it really him? I mean, all this time I thought... Sorry, I didn't catch your name. My name is Bobby Fulbright. The hero detective whose defends our good citizens are evil. A champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. My catchphrase, it's in justice we trust. Then, his concern for Simon was also one big act? I was ordered to reform Prosecutor Blackquill and make him a valued member of society again. So I get to sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. That monster killed Clay. He had me completely fooled. Come to think of it, he's the one who brought that bloodstained lighter to court, too. The scumbag man made me turn on Athena. Damn it, how the hell did I fall for all that? For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well. Your Honor, the defense demands to question Detective Ollie Fulbright. Yes, I agree we need to hear from him right away. Court will take a short recess, and then Detective Foley will take the stand. December 20th, 5:13 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. It wasn't for everything you did. I... Don't thank me yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight. You got it, boss. Hi, Apollo. Apollo. Well, this is awkward. Athena, can you do me a favor? Huh? What is it? Could you... punch B, please? What? Why should I do that? Because I should have believed in you. Let the seed of doubt inside me get the better of me. I'm really sorry that I didn't trust... She did it. Oh, you're such a dope! I'm so touched by what you said. Huh? Now what are you talking about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question your guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her. You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. After that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo? You didn't have any trouble slapping him a second ago. Thanks, Athena. And thanks for bringing me up to reality again. Guess I now know Nicole if I ever get sleepy in court. Looks you have some promising young people working under you. Oh, hi there. Edgeworth. Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself. And they're not afraid to keep me in line. Anyway, I have very good news. Oops. Lord Blackwell surrendered and the hostages have been set free. Juicy on the others, so thank goodness. Ms. Blackwell said she had something she really needed to do. So I granted her special permission to do what she must. I wonder what it is. Oh, hello. Miss Blackwell. I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking. My actions are what allowed the truth, what happened 7 years ago, to come to light. I did come because I had something to say to all of you. Is Aurora... She better not be here to complain about something. Miss Blackwell, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault. Yes, it's true the courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me. Oh, so does that mean you're starting to trust the system again? No, of course not. Be quiet, Uncle Junk. It just... I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Metis' killer down. Leave it to us. We'll get him. I guess that means she's starting to trust us, at least. Oh, hey. Aurora. Simon, glad you and the princess are cleared of all suspicion. And it's all thanks to me and my robots. You better be grateful. I never imagined you would go to that far. Though you always were extreme. But I don't recall ever requesting your help. As close as ever, I see. None of you have been released. I guess it's my turn to go live in the slammer. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. You'll probably give me the death penalty. You know me all too well. I guess love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunted in their case. But it truly was about to be executed tomorrow. Though because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing to the sticks just yet. You have my heartfelt thanks, Abura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish. Simon. I'm so glad, Simon. It's very glad to hear you say that. Aurora. Alright, that's enough of that. They've taken to the detention center. What Miss Blackwell did was inexcusable, but it's clear she did it out of love for her brother. I still can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright bringing the Phantom. I can't believe he killed Clay. Right, and murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Athena. Chief Prosecutor. Yes. Ask a favor. You allowed me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial. I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand. That was my plan all along. After all, it's highly unconventional for a man in my position to stand in court. Sir... More paperwork is yet to be filed, but you're hereby unconditionally released. You take the prosecutor's bench in your own official capacity, and uncover the truth by your own hand. I'm much obliged. The day to part with these has come at last. Chief Prosecutor, could you? How long have I waited? Maybe it's a sense of freedom, but even the air seems fresher, the light brighter. And the real really slashing that blackguard Fulbright to shreds without mercy. I don't have to be able to read his heart to see how happy he is. I'm so glad, but I won't cry just yet. After all, we've got a trial to finish. It's okay to cry, Athena, I promise. Mr. Blackwell, Mr. Wright, please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to the defense's bench with me. I am. Well, can't expect Athena to assist me, now can I? She's the defendant. That leaves you, Apollo. But, are you sure you want me? I took leave of absence and everything. Well, our office is pretty short-handed, and you're all I got. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Apollo. Tina, I can say it with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence. Now we're gonna prove it to the world. Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it.
So, you won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right? Right, because I'm fine now.
There's the boy. Now this is the Apollo I know. Welcome Welcome back, Apollo. It's almost time for the trial to restart, though it looks like you have things well in hand. Yep. I head back to the prosecutor's office. But why? We're looking into a few things. Namely, the first people in the scene 7 years ago, the facial data registered by the robot, and Detective Wright's background. Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks. Bit to be repaid with a victory, right? Now if you'll excuse me. Okay, you two all set to go? You bet I am. Let's do this. This is it. The final battle. The murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident. And the case suggested in the Dark Age of the Law 7 years ago. Destinies called us to bring the one responsible for it all to justice today.